Good evening. Welcome to Upper School Awards Night. Tonight, we take the opportunity to acknowledge the extraordinary accomplishments of our students. We are so excited for this year. And now I'd like to introduce the Upper School Principal, Mr. Tom Drahazel.
Well, hello. We're going to begin the Upper School Awards presentation by announcing the book award winners. For English, the winner is Emmett Campbell. For French, Frank Lee. Spanish, the winner is Charles Hendon. Mandarin, Samuela Cosipa. Math, Merlin Moe. Biology, Dylan Hagan. Chemistry, Andrew Delaney. U.S. History, Manav Kaista. And World History, Andrew Cabrera. Our next awards are going to be to recognize the members of our World Language Honor Society. Dr. Zhao will be announcing the new inductees for the Chinese Honor Society.
Hello, everyone. I'm very honored to be here to introduce the MPA members of the National Chinese Honor Society, NCHS. The NCHS was established in 1993 to recognize those accomplished high school students who study Chinese as a world language. The NCHS is a scholastic organization that promotes and recognizes students who demonstrate citizenship, leadership, and community service. The purpose of the National Chinese Honor Society is to encourage its members to become lifelong learners in order to gain a better understanding of Chinese language and culture, as well as to play an active role as a contributing global citizen in the 21st century. The applicant must be a full-time high school student who has studied Chinese for at least 2 years in high school with passion, commitment, and high performance. A qualified candidate is also someone who is willing to work with a school chapter advisor as well as with other students to serve as a positive role model in the area of Chinese studies. The Morgan Park Academy School Chapter of the National Chinese Honor Society was established in 2019. For 2019 to 2020 school year, we have one new inductee, Samuela Cosipa. The existing members are Alex Fleming, D'Angelo Fletcher, Abby Hines, Anthony Jurek. The existing members are also the very first group of inductees for NCHS in the history of Morgan Park Academy. In the graduation ceremony, you will see NCHS members wearing purple graduation cords over their gowns to honor their contributions in promoting Chinese culture and their achievements in learning Chinese. I'm going to show you the purple graduation cord, and here is the 2019-2020 group of NCHS members. Congratulations.
Next up, Ms. Burgess will be announcing the Quill and Scroll Society award winners.
The Quill and Scroll International Honor Society for High School Journalists was established for the purpose of encouraging and recognizing individual student achievement in journalism and academics. This year's winners are being recognized for their hard work and attention to detail. Our first winner is Hannah Civic. Hannah was inducted informally last year, but this year is being recognized as editor of MPA's compendium. When I say we could not have produced the yearbook without her, I truly mean it. Hannah started working on the yearbook last summer, attending a yearbook camp and conceiving of and implementing the design, the structure, and plan for the upcoming year. Hannah brought new ideas and a fresh eye, but more importantly, experience in creating and producing an important piece of MPA's history. For all of these qualities and her dedication and hard work, she is being inducted into the Quill and Scroll Society and all that this entails. Our other winner came to us just this year as a senior, and this is Andrea Butts. Andrea proved invaluable as she helped curate senior superlatives, senior portraits and childhood pictures, and other administrative duties. She helped organize the various pieces of the yearbook and helped us put together an amazing compendium. For these reasons, this year's newest Quill and Scroll members are Hannah Sipich and Andrea Butts. Thanks again, guys, for all your hard work.
For arts achievement, we will first hear from the Art Achievement Award winner will be announced by Ms. Block.
This year, Arts Achievement and Art Award goes to the student who demonstrated high level of creativity and passion for art. Quiet in nature, yet very persistent, this student created unique, imaginative, and skillful work, tackling abstraction and realism with equal amount of effort. Even though I had the opportunity to work with the student for only one semester, I was able to observe rapid development of individual style, emergence of artistic voice, development of own unique aesthetics, and vastly improving skill level. I hope that through the art making, this student continues their process in refining their vision, which will move them towards new understanding of the world. I am proud to announce the winner of the Arts Achievement and Art Award, Kiani Green. Congratulations, Kiani.
The Music Achievement winner will be announced by Mr. Ellis.
The Arts Achievement Award for music each year goes to a junior who was a standout musician in either chorus or band. And this year, it is a chorus member who was a definite standout and carried her section as well as many others, was always willing to help anyone who needed a little bit extra. That person I would like to congratulate is Hunter Vujovic. Hunter, congratulations on the Art Achievement Award for music.
The Drama Achievement winner will be announced by Mrs. Bergen.
This award is being presented to a student whose efforts during rehearsals and performances of this year's upper school musical, Chicago, were outstanding. The first to have memorized her lines, and everyone else's for that matter, she brightened up the entire process with her positive attitude and exemplary work ethic. This year's Arts Achievement Award for Drama goes to Celia Eccles.
The Thespian Award winners will now be announced by Mrs. Bergen.
One of this year's thespians was a lead in this year's upper school musical, and she nailed it with an exuberant performance. Our other awardee had a smaller role, but stole every scene he was in with subtlety and earnest hilarity. While our senior is on to bigger and brighter stages, I can't wait to see what this freshman brings to future MPA productions. Please join me in congratulating Haley Brizard and Alex Coe.
The Christine Linerud Alumni Association Best Female Athlete Award will now be announced by Coach Pariso.
Hello, from my house to yours. It is my honor to present the Christine Linerud Best Female Senior Athlete Award. This young lady started her athletic career in 6th grade and has been going strong ever since. She is smart, capable, passionate, successful, kind, determined, thoughtful, and dedicated to all that she does in sports and in her school endeavors. She comes from a remarkable family that loves and supports all her and her teammates' accomplishments. Mom and Dad were at all, and I mean all, of her games, cheering on everyone. Speaking of accomplishments, here's what she's been busy doing the past 4 years. She played volleyball for 4 years, earning the Sportsmanship Award, the Warrior Award, the Most Valuable Player Award. But her biggest award was winning the regional championship her senior year. For all of us that saw that championship game, It was very emotional for everyone, and it brought a tear to all of us watching those girls fight so hard for that glorious victory. But her true love is basketball. She's been a 4-year player, winning an astounding 81 games. By her junior year, she was named Most Improved and honorable mention for the all-conference team. She had a goal to win the regional championship game in basketball, which eluded her and her teammates the past 3 years. What a senior year it was. The team's record was 22-7, which is the best record for girls in MPA history. And yes, they did win that regional championship game because this determined athlete had the game of her life. She scored baskets when we needed them, she got rebounds when we needed them, and she dove on the floor for loose balls. She did everything in her power to win that game. She was named the most valuable player for the season. It was a much-deserved award. I know success will be with this young lady throughout her lifetime because she's self-motivated and a great team player. Congratulations to Samaria Harris.
The Senior Art Award will be announced by Ms. Block.
This year, Senior Art Award goes to a student who in the past 3 years adhered to a high level of artistic accomplishment in the field of visual arts, consistently display a positive attitude, curiosity, and continue interest in attaining and developing skill. A student that put their whole heart and soul into the art. A student that exhibited a high level of discipline and self-expectations, always willing to go the extra mile in order to bring the work to a higher level of formal and conceptual refinement, committed additional time to work on the projects. The new sketches often began at home, and as the year passed, guest appearances at the art room became a part of daily routine. During the senior year, painting became a medium of choice and concentration. Every next painting was the proof of higher skill level. The spring semester was focused on perfecting the painting style and narrowing the subject matter. And I am happy to report that the result is an exceptional body of work accompanied by meaningful, thoughtful, and eloquent artist statement. I am proud to announce this year Senior Art Award winner, Kennedy Olgan. Congratulations, Kennedy.
The Senior Music Awards, instrumental and vocal, will now be announced by Mr. Ellis.
This year's Instrumental Music Award goes to a student who's only been with us a short time, and yet in that short time, he has left an indelible mark on our music program. He is often seen walking around campus carrying his cello, which is a daunting task, as I've carried one once before. And in rehearsal, he's very quick to help others with any questions they have, often becoming a second director inside the classroom. His knowledge of music and his joy of playing have led him to teach himself multiple other instruments at a great level, but being able to play the cello at a college level and beyond is already in his grasp. So this year, the Instrumental Music Award goes to Matthew Manning. Congratulations, Matthew. I am honored to present this year's Vocal Music Award, and in Mrs. Curritt's own words. I've known this student for a long time. When he was in 8th grade, I had the following to say about him. Sweet, multi-talented, inclusive, and respectful. This young man warmly greets everyone. He chooses to lead by example, often offering a compassionate, trustworthy ear to friends. His teachers describe him as being talented, a great participator, empathetic, caring, and smart. He also impresses artistically, both as a visual artist, a singer, and an instrumentalist. In his upper school tenure in chorus, I've seen all of this, plus he arrives to rehearsal ready to work and with a positive attitude. Though he has a natural ear for music and learns his vocal part easily, he extends grace and patience to his fellow section members, often asking for a repeat of a phrase for their benefit. We wish him all the best as he continues to thrive artistically in college, and we will miss his dependability, his bright smile, and his generous musicianship. Mrs. Skolin and Mrs. Currit are pleased to present the Senior Vocal Music Award to Alex Fleming. Congratulations, Alex.
Back to join us again for the Senior Drama Award, Mrs. Bergen.
The basic reason for lighting a stage is to ensure that the audience can see what is happening. But real artists, like the recipient of the Senior Drama Award, know that lighting can create an atmosphere and emotion for the audience. This kind and reliable student transported the cast and audience to 1920 Chicago, thanks to his thoughtful lighting design and operation. We will miss his talents next year. This year's Senior Drama Award goes to Jordan Phillips.
The Arthur Baer Senior English Award will now be announced by Ms. Burgess.
The Arthur A. Baer English Award is given to the senior who has shown the most diligence, talent, and passion for English over 4 years and has maintained an excellent cumulative average. This year's winner is D'Angelo Fletcher. Ms. Kincannon writes, "What makes a good student in English class? Is it the breadth of reading, active participation in discussions, clear and purposeful writing?" The answer is yes. But as with so many things, there's more to it. Yes, one can make a good soda bread without yeast, but the best bread needs yeast, and the best classroom discussion does too. D'Angelo is often that yeast. When discussions are humming along, he will add a comment or thought here and there, but when the discussions are floundering, he often adds the yeast of a keen observation that leads us all on a fruitful path to meaning. It is the rare student who is as good as listening as at speaking, but that is exactly his skill. He doesn't listen to his classmates or teachers just to find where he can insert his own ideas. He listens so that he can hear, think, and reform or expand his own thinking. And then he shares those thoughts with others in a common search for meaning. Anyone in class with D'Angelo will benefit not only from his thoughtful musings on character, setting, or theme, but also from his thoughtful listening and attention to the thoughts of others. D'Angelo applies the same technique to his writing. He thinks not only about what he wants to say and how to say it, but also he is willing to experiment with angles, styles, and approaches, perhaps adding a little leavening to his own learning experience. We who have taught him are grateful for his essential contributions to so many English classes, their discussions, their projects, and explorations, for without the essential yeast he has brought to our table, many of those endeavors would not have risen to the height that they did. Congratulations, D'Angelo.
The Senior Social Studies Award will be announced by Mrs. Amberg.
Hi, I'm here to present this year's Senior Social Studies Award. Each year, a gold plaque is given to the senior who has shown the most diligence, talent, and passion for the social studies over 4 years and who has maintained an excellent cumulative academic average in the social studies. There's a quote attributed to Albert Einstein that says, "The important thing is to not stop questioning." I think this quote applies to our senior award recipient as someone who is constantly questioning why things are the way they are. I had the good fortune of teaching this year's award recipient when he was a mere 8th grader in world geography, learning about the world around him and his place in it. He had a lot of questions then. And he was like a sponge, absorbing and soaking up how historical events have contributed to current affairs. His sincere passion, his mature understanding, and his genuine interest in learning about the world around him made an impression on me so many years ago. He was and still is eager to take the perspectives of others, engage in thoughtful, productive debate, and he sincerely seeks to understand how present situations in our world came to be. He is a natural historic thinker who is not afraid to immerse himself in the shoes of others. He also possesses the refreshing and important, and I'll say unusual, ability to engage in all sides of the story. And I think that's brave. Oftentimes, he engages in the unpopular side of the story with a willingness and the unusual ability to follow a perspective to its end and be willing at times to come up wrong, but having learned multiple lessons through this valuable exercise. In his experience in the upper school, our recipient has displayed an interest in the social studies, from taking several classes to being part of the Model UN and mock trial teams. Mr. Drahazel took note of his genuine interest in global affairs as our recipient would stop by Dro's office before class to discuss current events. In Mr. Drahazel's Law, Politics, and Society class, our recipient was very interested in the mock trials, and Mr. Drahazel noted what a wonderful job he did in researching and preparing for those events. Ms. Fahey had the good fortune to teach our award recipient in AP Comparative Government and Politics. He was also a member of her mock trial and Model UN teams. She noted that this year's recipient is fearless and approaches academic issues from a very mature perspective. In class discussions, he would gladly take the unprecedented side, even if it was a position with which he did not agree, in order to keep the discussion moving forward. Additionally, she noted that he has been known to make very insightful comments in class that demonstrate his deep understanding of the issues being studied. For his enthusiasm, passion, and just genuine interest in the social studies, as well as his participation in both mock trial and Model UN teams, Dylan Leonard is this year's Senior Social Studies Award recipient. Congratulations, Dylan.
The Senior World Language Awards. For French, Mrs. Tangle will announce the winner.
Bonsoir ou bonjour. Je suis Madame Tangle et je suis ici pour accorder le prix de français cette année. Good evening or hello. I am Mrs. Tangle and I am here to award the Senior French Award for this school year. This student has maintained an A average in French throughout her course of study of 4 years of French. The student has an enthusiasm for learning about the French language and the cultures in different French-speaking countries. She is a gentle soul with a fabulous sense of humor that can be quite contagious. She added to the spirited personality of our French 4 honors class this year. This young woman is a person of character and is very humble in her excellence. To quote Mr. Drahazel, and I'm going to have to read, she is quiet and usually unflappable and is committed to excellence both in the classroom and on the basketball court. She is caring, considerate, and a role model for her peers. Thank you, Mr. Drahazel. I would also like to add that she is a dedicated and consistent student. She is kind and pleasant to her classmates and teachers. I truly wish I could have known her for longer than just this past school year, but I feel blessed to have been able to get to know her in her last year at MPA. She is a true example of the MPA way. That being said, it is an honor and my pleasure to present the Senior French Award to Caitlin Mullings.
For Spanish, Ms. Parisi.
Buenas noches, me llamo Ashley Parisi y estoy aquí para presentar el Senior Spanish Award. Good evening, my name is Ashley Parisi and I'm here to present the Senior Spanish Award. Each year, a gold plaque is awarded to the senior student with the highest cumulative academic average in Spanish over the last 4 years. Despite only teaching this student for the last year, her academic average in her Spanish classes is a 4.42. She also has a genuine love and interest in Spanish language and culture, and also brings an enthusiasm to constantly improve her language skills each and every day. Muchísimas felicidades, Annika Eccles.
And for Mandarin, Dr. Zhao.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to present the Senior Mandarin Award on behalf of the Mandarin program. For these 4 years, I've seen him every school day in my classroom. It's not going to be easy to adjust myself to a new school year without seeing him anymore there. For these 4 years, he took Mandarin class not because he had to, but because he loves this language. I saw his sparkling eyes and excited face when we learned new words and expressions, and when we discussed the unique culture of this remote country. For these 4 years, he left behind so many beautiful memories, creative visuals for the traditional clothing project and the Asian architecture project, singing and dancing on the Lunar New Year assemblies, being frozen on the train station with his amazing class due to their direction-blinded teacher, trying all kinds of weird food in Chinatown. 4 years is a learning journey with laughing all the way. He is a member of National Chinese Honor Society since his junior year. I'm very happy to know he will also continue to take Mandarin as his minor in college. These 4 years, his passion, consistency, hard work, and commitment in learning Mandarin is a role model for all language learners. This year, the Senior Mandarin Awards goes to D'Angelo Fletcher. Congratulations.
The Annie Heath Senior Math Award will be announced by Mrs. Yoon.
Hello everyone, I'm here to recognize Annie Heath Mathematics Award. It's a golden plaque given to the senior with greatest initiative, innate abilities, work ethic, passion, and achievement in the study of mathematics. The description actually accurately describes the winner of this year. Throughout his career at Morgan Park Academy, he has consistently taken the toughest math classes and gone above and beyond the expectations in each. He never finished daily lesson with any kind of confusion and never missed any mistakes or uncertain explanations teachers might make. His work habit to focus on every detail made him stood out in challenging math courses. Needless to say, his work ethic, do it now, do it right, is on the top of his qualification. He demonstrated that rare combination of perseverance, curiosity, critical thought, and rigor that makes a truly excellent thinker. I'm extremely proud to announce that the awardee of this year is Jason Chen. I believe his talent and passion in learning math will benefit him in future endeavor in college. I have no doubt he will be tremendous in all he pursues in future. Congratulations, Jason. You did a great job.
Joining us again to announce another award, this time the Senior Journalism Award, Ms. Burgess.
The Senior Journalism Award is given to the senior with the most outstanding record in journalism based on journalistic endeavors as determined by the English curriculum leader in conjunction with the sponsors of the various journalism activities. For her work just mentioned in helping create and produce this year's MPA compendium, the Senior Journalism Award goes to Andrea Butts. Congratulations.
The ISTA Science Award is going to be announced by Mrs. Pagliaro.
The ISTA Outstanding Science Student Award is a medal and certificate given to the senior who demonstrates a clear passion for science and is demonstrated by taking more science courses than required for graduation, achieving high academic grades in all courses. The ISTA Award goes to a young woman this year who is clearly interested in science. She has completed courses in biology, chemistry, AP biology, AP chemistry, anatomy and physiology, and earth science, earning wonderful grades in every single one. If you were ever trying to find her and couldn't, all you had to do was go into Mrs. Panic's room, where she could be found helping students in chemistry and anatomy courses, even though she had already completed the courses. She gave her free time to them without question. Her passion for science is actually demonstrated by the questions that she did ask in classes. These questions showed a true desire to learn concepts and at a depth often beyond what we could give her in the classroom. She read a lot independently and studied many concepts in science and medicine on her own. Her passion was also seen in the summer courses she took that were college-level laboratory science courses. We will miss her presence, her positivity, and her beautiful smile, especially at the north end of the third floor hallway, the science wing. This year's recipient of the ISTA Award is Kennedy Olguin. Congratulations, KO. We are so very proud of you, and you will be missed.
Now joining us to announce the Dr. Larry Brown Science Award, Mrs. Pagliaro.
The Dr. Larry Brown Science Award is a gold plaque given to the senior with the strongest combined interest, work ethic, and academic success in the sciences over their 4-year high school career. When Mrs. Drown, Mrs. Panic, and I decided to discuss this, there was one student mentioned immediately by all three of us, and this is Jason Jixing Chen. Jason has a natural interest in science, a tremendous work ethic, and has definitely achieved success in his courses, earning A's in biology, chemistry, AP chemistry, earth science, and ecology, as well as all of his math classes. Being a naturally inquisitive person who loves to learn and who also thinks very rationally, Jason was an amazing student of science and an absolute pleasure to teach. Jason, all of us in the science department are proud to say that we had a very small part in your academic career, your education, especially because we know what you can and you will accomplish. Our hope is that you continue to be inquisitive and always ask questions. This is how scientific discoveries are made and new theories are formed. Maybe a Nobel Prize someday for you. Congratulations. You leave behind a legacy of excellence, and you will definitely be missed.
Back again to announce this time the Student Council Civic Achievement Award, Mr. Ellis.
The Student Council Civic Achievement Award is one of my personal favorites, and that is because it is from students to students. The Student Council votes on a student who goes above and beyond, who's not in the Student Council, but still supports everything they do in events and contests, games throughout the season. And this year, I would like to extend the Student Council's award to Kennedy Olguin, who once again has gone above and beyond and has earned the Student Council Civic Achievement Award. Congratulations, Kennedy.
Mrs. Burgess will now announce the winner of the Parents Association Art Award.
Each year, our Parents Association selects by blind vote original art pieces from students. These pieces are professionally framed and become part of our permanent art collection. In addition, a digital copy of the work is archived in our Mancini Library. Finally, our winner receives a monetary award. This year's recipient is Kennedy Olguin.
Mrs. Shepard will announce the winner of the Head of School Book Awards.
This year's Head of School Book Awards are awarded to two students who, for me personally, exemplify so much of what is unique about Morgan Park Academy. They're two students that anytime you see them, they are willing to volunteer their time, always open for a conversation about what's great and what could be better about Morgan Park Academy, all within the spirit of doing their best, and always with a smile. This year, Head of School Book Awards goes to Adair Zhao and Kelsey Ramsky.
Mrs. Rothy will now be recognizing the members of the class of 2020 that are going to be graduating cum laude.
I would like to acknowledge this year's members for the Kumoi Day Society, Celeste Catani, D'Angelo Fletcher, Annika Eccles, Jason Chen, Caitlin Mullings, Alex Fleming, and Abby Haynes. The distinguished record you have made at Morgan Park Academy is one for you membership in the Kumoi Day Society. This society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work. As you pursue your education, it is our hope that you will accept the honor of membership in this society as a responsibility to make some contribution to the ongoing search for greater understanding of the world in which we live. Congratulations to all of the new cum laude inductees.
Mrs. Rothy will now also acknowledge the students from the class of 2020 that are Illinois State Scholars.
Next, I'd like to award the Illinois State Scholars. To be designated as a state scholar, a high school student must attend an approved high school and graduate during the academic year in which selected as a state scholar, be a U.S. citizen, be a resident of Illinois and an approved high school by the end of the 6th semester, rank in the upper half of his or her high school class at the end of the 3rd semester, and take either the ACT or SAT between August 1st and June 30th during the 3rd and 4th semester prior to graduation. This year's state scholars I'd like to announce are Annika Eccles and D'Angelo Fletcher. Congratulations.
Ms. Kincannon will now be sharing with you the newly inducted members of the National Honor Society.
I am here to recognize the members of the National Honor Society at Morgan Park Academy. Our current members in the class of 2020 are Brandon Chan, Jason Chen, Amari Green, Abby Haynes, Anthony Jurek, Celeste Ketna, Caitlin Mullings, and Kennedy Olguin. We are also welcoming new members in the class of 2021, and they are Yidan Bao, Emmett Campbell, Andrew Delaney, Charles Hendon, Frank Lee, Christopher Skowiniak, and Hunter Vujovic. New members in the class of 2022 are Elijah Davis, Manav Kaista, Merlin Moe, and Lydia Liu.
And our last award of the evening, started by several of our more younger alums, the Blaze Scholarship, Cheryl Harewood, Michelle Jeffrey Batkins, Shania Taylor, Tyler Winters, and Lauren Lewis will now be sharing with you the criteria and the winner of the Blaze Scholarship.
Hi, Brooklyn. We are so excited to present you with the first ever Black Ladies Achieving Success in Equity Scholarship. This scholarship stems from a lifelong friendship between the 5 of us that was forged in the hallways of Morgan Park Academy nearly 2 decades ago. Through the years, we supported each other both professionally and personally through challenges and successes. We hope this scholarship not only lends you financial support, but also lifelong relationships with us. We are excited to embrace your future goals, help you strive to meet those goals, and also see you strive as a young Black woman in an ever-changing society.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Brooklyn.
That concludes our awards night assembly. We'd like to thank everybody for taking the opportunity to sit here and join us for this event. And we are looking forward to seeing everybody on July 25th for commencement. Please make sure that you, announcements will be forthcoming as far as commencement, so please make sure you're aware of that by checking emails for that information. Thank you very much.